Hello everyone, I welcome you all to today's session of topic Decodified. NITI Aayog has recently published a report in which it has emphasized over women in gig economy, and that's why we are going to decodify the same topic today in the following sequence. First of all, why it is in news. Second, what is gig economy? Thereafter, the recommendations of NITI Aayog in this particular report, followed by prelims and mains based practice question, and hence concluding our session thereafter. So first of all, why it is in news. NITI Aayog in its report on India's booming gig economy and platform economy has recommended incentives to attract more women into this economy. NITI Aayog has published a report and the name of the same is India's booming gig economy and platform economy. NITI Aayog actually wants women to participate more and more in gig and platform based economies, and that's why it has made certain recommendations for the same in its particular report. But first of all, let's understand what is gig economy or platform economy as well. So gig economy is free market system in which temporary positions are common and organizations contract with independent workers for short-term engagements. In gig economy, the employment is short-term and temporary. It can vary from hourly to daily to monthly contracts. Alright, so a cab driver with whom your engagement could be of even minutes is also a gig worker. Fine. An estimated 56% of new employment in India is being generated by gig economy companies across both blue collar and white collar workforce. So 56% of economy's employment generation is being done by gig economy currently for both blue collar and white collar jobs. What are blue collar and white collar jobs? Blue collar jobs are those jobs for which people are paid on hourly basis. For example, an anchor of a party is paid on hourly basis. So this person is going to be a blue collar job holder or blue collar workforce person, right? Now white collar workforce are people who belong to certain professions like accountants, software engineers, etc., right? Also, what is platform? Platform is like Ola, Uber Cab, Urban Pro. These are platforms from which you get connected to certain people whose services you take. So that particular platform from where you are taking a service and they are providing their service at the mediator platform. Such kind of economy is really booming right now. So this kind of a structure or sector is known as platform economy, right? There are recommendations of NITI Aayog for increasing the participation of women in this sector. Let us look into it. NITI Aayog has considered workers' perspective on both opportunities and challenges for workers in the sector, skilling the workers to enhance employment opportunities for them in the sector, the potential of platform work in accelerating job creation for different categories of workers including women and persons with disabilities, and initiatives for providing social protection to all workforce in the sector. So basically, NITI Aayog tried to look into the matter from perspective of a worker and figured out what all are the opportunities, what all are the challenges, what skills are required, how much the platform can absorb the workforce, and what all social security aspects we have to make sure for these people. And also paid special emphasis on access to formal credit for women and persons of disability so that they can get easy loans from formal institutions like banks and participate in the gig economy. Following the same course, next recommendation NITI Aayog has made is gender sensitization and accessibility awareness programs for workers and their families. Platform businesses can undertake partnerships with civil society organizations, SCOs, to enable different sections of workers such as women workers and persons with disabilities to take up employment opportunities in the platform sector through skill development, access to finance and assets. So civil society organization has to be involved with the platform businesses. What are civil society organizations? They are basically non-for-profit organizations, your NGOs, which work for the betterment of the society, upliftment of the people. They can be engaged with the platform workers to impart skills that are required to work on that particular platform, and once they get the skill, the platform should provide them with job opportunities. And apart from that, these civil society organizations must also promote sensitization on legal, economic, social rights of women and persons with disabilities for workers and platforms both. These civil society organizations must make women and persons with disability aware of their legal, economic and social rights, so that they are aware of what is available for them and have the courage to go out and participate in the economy thereafter. And this should be done both in regards to the person and the platform. Inclusive communication systems, work design and processes is the next recommendation of NITI Aayog. About this, NITI Aayog tells us that platform business can create a more enabling environment for women and persons with disabilities workers through changes in the work design and workplace facilities. They can make it more accessible. They can keep the hours such that it is feasible for the women to come to the job or perform certain tasks which she is required to perform. Platform business can implement communication plans which are gender and accessibility inclusive. So such communications should be conducted from time to time, in which women as well as persons with disabilities find themselves comfortable to communicate. For instance, they can ensure there is a higher share of women and persons with disability managers. So if a worker has to reach up to their manager and the manager is, let's say, a male who cannot really empathize or understand what is the problem of the worker if she is a woman or a person with disability. So more number of such managers who are women themselves or person with disability themselves should be encouraged. They can also be there on supervisors position in the organizations. They can ensure communication to workers does not perpetuate gender and disability stereotypes. So whatever communication is done by them with their workers, it should not seem like there is any gender stereotype that is inherent in this communication. Everything in their platform should be designed very sensitively for such people, and they can even have 24/7 helplines, so that if their workers encounter any sort of a problem, they must be able to reach out to someone at any point in time for a solution. Next up is incentivize inclusive businesses. So inclusive businesses are those which are run by women, and women is also hiring women over there. So recruitment of women employees should be encouraged, and in fact such platforms should be encouraged which are women led. Of course there are very few and there have to be more, but encouragement definitely is required, and encouragement they will get once they get incentivized. If they get loan on lesser interest rate or easy credit, if they get clearances easily for their business, that is an incentive enough for them to come into the realm of economic participation. Next up is women run platforms. Greater data is required for such platforms. There are very few women run platforms and lesser is the data we have about them. There is a need for greater data collection, because only with data we shall be able to identify the problem, and once the problem has been figured out, thereafter we can brainstorm about the solution. Hence data is very much important to understand the difficulties that may be faced by the women run platforms while running the platform, while hiring the workers and so on. Extensive research has to be done into this matter, and thereafter innovative solutions should be designed to incentivize and promote the growth and help them scale up. Finally, our question for today for prelims is, consider the following statements. I'm going to read 3 statements that are there in front of you on your screen. Number 1 is, this type of economy has been an increase in many countries in past few years. In this, more people work as freelancer. This economy provides workers the option for hyper-flexible way of work. This economy undermines traditional economy of full-time workers who rarely change positions and instead focus on a lifetime career. These are the three statements. You have to select for which one of these three statements are appropriate. First one is capitalist economy, next is gig economy, Marxist economy or socialist economy. The one for which these three statements are most appropriate explanations, please go ahead and mark that answer. You can put it in the comment section. Next up is mains practice question. Critically highlight the role of gig economy for the women workforce participation. So you have to critically highlight what role gig economy is playing towards women workforce participation. In 150 words, you need to write this answer and you can send your answer to us on WhatsApp to get it reviewed. This is it for today. Thank you so much for joining in. I shall see you tomorrow again with another topic. Till then, take care and stay tuned.